Benjamin Jaffe, Ecological Implications of a Fern that accumulates Arsenic, and the advisor, Dr. Stephen Schuster.
Arsenic is the king of poisons and the poisons of kings. We've used it to kill people, plants, insects, and even cancer. It is the killer of killers. However, about 15 years ago, researchers discovered a fern that loves arsenic. It takes it from the soil and stores it in its leaves in really high concentrations. And so upwards of 2.5% of this plant is made up of arsenic. To put that number in perspective, if we were to go out and consume 0.0001% of our body weight in arsenic, we would likely die. And this plant has over 20,000 times that amount in it. And so while there's a lot of interest in seeing if we can use this plant to clean up soil, I'm an ecologist, and what I was interested in was understanding why does this plant love arsenic so much. And so I went to Florida in search of this fern. And what I was really interested in was looking at the relationship between arsenic and the environment. And so what this means is that I measured arsenic in the soil, in the fern, and then in any associated insects. And what I found is that this fern is likely using arsenic to protect itself. And it's doing it in two ways. First, by having such high arsenic concentration in its leaves, bugs want nothing to do with it, which is really good for the fern. And second, when those leaves die, the arsenic cycles back into the top layer of the soil right below the fern. And this prevents other plants from coming in and stealing resources and serves as a warning sign for insects to stay away. It's essentially building a moat of arsenic around itself. And so this got me thinking about why this fern would be doing this, or can we use this fern to treat contaminated soil? And when I was out measuring bugs, it turns out that every single bug that I collected had more arsenic inside of it than was found in the soil. But if arsenic is so toxic, why is this possible? And what my results suggest is that these bugs are accidentally picking up arsenic from the soil. They don't like it, but it's not enough to kill them, so they just deal with it. And this is really an interesting result because since arsenic is known to kill everything, why is this happening? Right? And so the bugs, since these bugs, since the fern is cycling arsenic back into the soil, the bugs essentially become little tiny toxic dump trucks that can move arsenic around the environment. And so you can imagine that if we were to go out and plant acres and acres of this fern to treat contaminated soil, there's a lot of opportunity for arsenic to move from the soil into the bug and then who knows where. And so while this fern is very effective at taking arsenic out of the soil, and it's likely doing it to protect itself, there's some serious consequences on the environment. And we need to better understand why and how this fern is using arsenic before we place the fate of a toxic poison in the leaves of a fern. Thank you.